And a demigod is a hybrid. It's a half human, half fallen angel breed. It's a demigod. That's what they call them, demigods, because they had supernatural abilities. Now today, we have millions of hybrids amongst us, humans with alien DNA, but we don't consider them demigods. They don't have the physical strength and abilities that the hybrids had back earlier in the day. They have psychic abilities. They get really played by that. And then the problem is that a lot of them are taken to these government-run MK Ultra bases, and they coerce them into opening up their third eye and the mind's eye. The third eye is what they call it. And when you do that, it's like opening Pandora's box. It's very demonic, very enslaving to do that, because it opens a gateway for demonic possession. And so these kids that are born hybrids, who open their third eye and think it's the greatest thing on the planet because they have psychic abilities most humans don't, it's because they've opened that gateway, that access point for demons to enter them as well. And you'll hear a lot of the usual lingo. Like I hear it all the time. The Akashic Records Hall. Lucifer has this mimic, Akashic Records Hall, that he copied off the Father. And in heaven, the Akashic Records is all the records of mankind. And there's angels that travel to and from Earth daily with reports and records of things that have been going on in mankind. They could be assigned a human, 2 humans, 3, whatever. They keep constant records of everything you do and say. And so it's all kept at the Akashic Records, the main records hall in heaven. And so Lucifer has a mimic. And so what he does is it's somewhere in the 5th dimension, and he'll allow these hybrids to psychically go there and view the records. And so they think they're hot and all that with all this psychic ability, and you know, they all get very narcissistic about how much power they think they have. It's very hard, and I say this from one with experience, a lot of experience at this. It is very hard to get them to stop worshiping themselves and worship at the feet of the Most High. You just can't get them to do it. Now, there are a few who are hiding in fear and who hide because they've accepted the Lord, and they just don't want bothered. They don't want found. They don't want harassed. They don't want tortured, because that's what will happen to them if they were found. But for the most part, the majority, I just won't even deal with them, because there's just no dealing with them. There isn't. They just love themselves so much. They're just so enthralled with all this demonic and satanic power that they have that they can't see the need for a savior. They can't grasp the concept of needing a savior. That's pretty much when you know you're dealing with a hybrid. Because they cannot humble themselves. They're not humble at all. You know, as a believer of the Most High, there's one point in your life where you humbled yourself and realized you were a sinner and that you were lost. You know, you have to go through a learning curve. That was my learning curve, because it was the first time I'd ever had to deal with super soldiers and hybrids and all this other stuff that the Father was and I don't know, it just came at me. It really does. I've gone through the ringer with all these different types of project people and hybrids and kids sent to kill me, and you know, I've had adults tell me that they were sent to Earth to kill me when they were 16, 17. They were super soldiers, walk-ins, that whole movie series, Resident Evil, a lot of truth to that, where these alien beings jump into a human body and take over that human body. And a lot of them have missions on Earth, and a lot of it's to be assassins. You know, they're coming in for the government to hunt somebody down and kill them. And so I've had quite a few of those. That's why they claim Earth is theirs. You know, they want people to believe that mankind was created out of test tubes, and they're our creators. And these are the parts of the lies that they're pushing, that they are our creators, to negate the whole fact that man was created in the Garden of Eden. They don't want you to believe in God. They don't want you to think the Garden of Eden never existed. They're always pulling you away from God.